Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain987, and I'm back this time with my review of the DC Direct Arkham City Deluxe Series Killer Croc figure. Now, get a good look at him here in the packaging. I had hunted this guy for a long time. He finally got re-released online a few months ago. Managed to get mine off BigBadToyStore.com. He sold out almost instantly in my comic shop, and then the prices online were just going straight up. Couldn't get one. I gotta say, before I open him, I'm kind of nervous because I've heard a lot of complaints about these arms breaking off. So that's unfortunate. Really don't want to have to send this thing back after I open him up. Kind of a plain box. Shows you the Mr. Freeze, also from this series, and then the Titan Joker, which was much bigger. But glad to finally have him. Let's open him up. And here we have Killer Croc out of the packaging. Now, I didn't have any trouble with the arms, but unfortunately, I got him out of the packaging, set him up, left the room for a minute, and I hear a thud. I come back in, prop my Croc up, and I'm like, oh, well, he looks okay. I get to looking at him. One of his teeth chipped off. I'm not a happy camper, and I'm willing to chalk that up to being my fault, because the teeth are so, kind of narrowly sculpted. I can see how they'd be fragile. But, and you can see right there, the way they've designed the feet, he can rock forward really easily, and he's a very dense figure, so he's very heavy. That makes it really easy for this guy just to topple and crush the crap out of something. I'm really kind of worried about putting him in a display from that. Other than that, an absolutely beautiful figure. I think these chains are real metal. They've got a really nice jingle as you move the figure around. Of course, they're on his feet. There. His collar actually is removable really easily. If it's that easy, why doesn't he just take it off in the game? But doesn't really disconnect. You can slide it off if you want. Slide it right back on. No problem whatsoever. Now, absolutely beautiful job on this guy. You know, unfortunately I did chip the tooth, but they've done a really nice job. I wish they could have got some of the lines cleaner on his chest. You can see some of the black is just covered up by the yellow, but other than that, that's really my only complaint. You can see how his pants are kind of specked, like they're dirty, and as you go farther down, they go into kind of mud and just grime that he's been wading through in the sewer. And they did a really good job with the leather on his restraints. Of course, his back kind of turns into a different type of, well, a much darker green shading as you go up his back here, which is really, really nice. Now, as far as his articulation, gotta be very gentle with the arms. They're on a ball joint. They will do a full 360, but I don't know. I haven't popped them off, but I'm so worried if I push them too far, I'm going to break them. They are giving me a lot of fight past here, so I'm not going to push them out too far. Right here, does left and right. He appears to have an elbow joint, but it's very, very stiff. I'm not getting a whole lot of play out of that. Yeah, almost. I mean, that's one of those deals where it feels like if you put an excessive amount of force, it'll pop, and then you'll get all the movement you need. And I hate to do a review where I'm like, yeah, sorry guys, but, you know, a $60 figure, you know, I'm not going to risk it. His wrists, however, have a great range of movement, clearly on a ball joint here. Left and right, got some nice kind of up and down. Really nice detail on the hand there. You can see all the clenched fist, the nasty fingernail. I thought it kind of strange what they did with Croc, because, you know, he is just supposed to have a skin condition here. He looks like, just a complete mutant alligator man. But, still very nice. He does a full 360 at the waist. His head, likewise on a ball joint, can do left and right, and a very slight up and down. Favorite piece of articulation on this figure. His jaw open and closes. And the inside of his mouth is actually really nicely detailed, which, please God, stand up and don't fall again. We'll zoom in on that. See his tongue and his mouth. I mean, they really a lot of nice detail for something that, you know, I guess they thought people wouldn't get too close in on. Legs go forward, back and out. Bend at the knee. And the ankle joint, of course, forward and back, left and right. The ankles, once again, everything could have been solved with, well, I don't know if a base would help this guy. He's so massive. I feel like a little more attention to the foot joint, but, well, feet joint. The feet joint. God, I can't talk today. would have helped this guy, because I feel like I'm going to have a lot of issues where I put him at the back of the display and then boom, domino effect. But I'm still loving him. That being said, let's get a couple of comparisons in here. We'll just use what I got on hand, which this is a standard DC Direct, which is just Mara from Brightest Day. You can see he towers over your standard DC Direct. Your smaller scale figures like your G.I. Joe. That's of course Retaliation, the G.I. Joe Trooper. He's just dwarfing them. And they're all green. I didn't even plan that. So, Killer Croc, when he first came out, ran you $60. Both him and Mr. Freeze did. When I reviewed Mr. Freeze, that's just straight up, $60 was way, way too much for Mr. Freeze. He could have easily been a standard figure. And a lot of you guys fought me on that. They're like, no, it was either they charged this much or he didn't get it made. And I don't believe that for a second. I mean, they made the Arkham Asylum Bane. I'm positive they could have done Mr. Freeze for the same price. But this figure, I feel like $60 is definitely worth it. He's kind of a bizarre version of Killer Croc because he is so massive, but that makes him pop in your display. And I said this when I reviewed Bane, if you want him, get him now because the price is going to go up. That was true. I didn't follow my own rules. Missed him the first time around. Thankfully, they did do a re-release, but you know, eventually these will go off the market, and the price is just going to skyrocket all over again. So that being said, this is J-Train 997. You can still get this guy for roughly about $60 offline. Probably more close to 70 once you pay shipping, maybe 75. If you're a die-hard Batman fan, a fan of the games, I gotta say, this is a figure you really need in your collection. And that being said, this is J-Train 997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.